JNS conference, and now we're with Hillel Neuer, director of UN Watch. Shalom.
Shalom, good to be here.
So how many years already are you in this battlefield?
Since 2004, so it's over 2 decades.
So it's over 2 decades. Is it becoming more challenging, more concerning even?
It's hard to imagine, but the pathological UN, which obsesses over Israel, got even so much worse after October 7th, in particular because of Antonio Guterres. It's broader than that, but he's played a major pernicious role. Let's recall that just weeks after October 7th, he came before the United Nations. He said, yes, I condemn the attacks, but he said, also important to note, the attacks by Hamas did not happen in a vacuum. And he effectively went on to justify what happened because he enumerated numerous alleged grievances by the Palestinians, basically justifying what they did.
But is it only his statements, or it's also actions and practical issues?
Well, it's statements and actions. I mean, he set a tone. UN agencies all around the world have been attacking Israel like never before since October 7th. And it was, again, we saw in the Iran war, immediately after the US and Israel finally began holding the regime to account, as the real Iranian people were begging them to do, multiple UN agencies began condemning Israel and America and really giving a free pass to Iran and echoing Iranian propaganda. Whenever something was attacked, they say, Israel and America are attacking schools and so forth. It was shameless propaganda coming out of Guterres' office.
Now, just recently we saw also Ambassador Danon, confront one of the senior officials really in the UN, and it's also about that, right? The representatives, the senior representatives that are acting against Israel, statements, quotes, tweets.
Absolutely. The issue there was a discussion about sexual violence in conflict. We know that in recent weeks, the Secretary General shamelessly placed Israel on the same list of Hamas. So Ambassador Danon was calling that out in a very candid way, and something happened that should not have occurred, which is a special representative of Guterres, whose name is Vanessa Frazier, used to be the ambassador of Malta. She's now a UN official. She interrupted him. She started shouting, and she has no right to do that. And this is something you don't see elsewhere. When China or Qatar or Pakistan or Cuba, what have you, when they make statements, even when they criticize UN officials, he was criticizing UN officials, she interrupted. She had no right to do that. The procedure is very clear. Only a UN member state can call a point of order. She was out of order. But the fact that she had the audacity, the chutzpah, to do that is something they would only do against Israel, and it reflects the message that Guterres is sending around the UN.
Now, one may look at all your work, more than 2 decades, as you said, and say it's a lost cause. There's no reason to do it. What are your main goals? And the battles, when you choose your battles, what are your battles these days that you're saying, here I can make a change?
Look, what happened with Iran illustrates the importance of fighting on the political battlefield and the global diplomatic political battlefield. You can win great military victories, but if you're not winning at the political diplomatic level, in the end, maybe you're losing. So Israel for sure is facing a rigged international court, whether it's the ICJ, the ICC, but even the Court of Public Opinion at the UN, but you have to fight. It is a global podium. We do have friends. We do need to enable them, whether it's the US Ambassador Mike Waltz, who's a great friend, whether it's the Argentinian representatives who are friends. We need to enable and empower them. You have to fight and make the case, and certainly we're fighting. UNRWA was defunded by the US, $400 million. Sweden defunded UNRWA. Switzerland, the lower house, voted to defund UNRWA. Albanese, the horrible anti-Israel UN rapporteur, was sanctioned by the US. 15 countries condemned her. We need to be there and fight.
And this to say as a result of all the activity?
Absolutely.
Hillel Neuer, UN Watch, thank you very much.
Thank you.